I'm back. And while I was gone, I made some notes, make life easier for myself. Because the next thing we're going to practice, you're going to need to remember stuff we've already done. And so I went over this with you in class, but please review your properties because you will need them to basically complete these problems, okay? So one of the first properties we need to review is member product of powers property. Product of the powers property, what is A, it says n to the A times n to the B equals NA plus B. You had the quotient of powers property, which says n to the A divided by n to the B equals NA minus B. We did the power of a product property, which says Mn raised to the A power equals M to the A and N to the A. We did the zero property, which any number to the zero property, any number to the zero raised to zero equals 1. And we did any number raised to the 1 equals that number. Don't forget we did the power of a quotient property, which means M over N raised to A equals M to the A and N to the A. We did the power of a power property, which says N to the A power raised again to the B power equals NA times B. And last but not least, we did the negative exponent property, which says N to the negative A equals 1 over N to the A. We did all those properties during class, and you guys need to utilize those properties and what we're going to do next. Okay, so let's practice with those properties. Okay, so we're going to simplify some expressions using properties with rational exponents. Okay, we're going to use properties with rational exponents. Let's start very easy. Let's say 125 to the 2/3 power. 125 to the 2/3 power. Okay, well, let's think about that for a second. 125 to the 2/3 power. Let's look at that fraction on the side for a second. Let's take that fraction over here for a second. Let's think about that for a second. We have 2/3. What's another way I could write those 2/3? 2/3 equals 1/3 times 2 over 1. 2/3 equals 1/3 times 2 over 1. Well, that's the same thing as saying 1/3 times 2. 1/3 times 2. Well, I could rewrite this and say 125 to the 1/3 property times 2. Okay, well, let's put this in parentheses. 125 to the 1/3 property times 2. Okay, well then if I look at just in parentheses, that's going to be the cube root of 125 to the 2. Don't forget the 2. Well, the calculator tells us that the cube root of 125 is 5. So that means in the parentheses we have a 5. And don't forget to put your square back. And 5 squared is 25. So that means the answer to our initial problem, 125 to the 2/3 power, is simply 25. Let's try that again. I know you're probably like, Miss Stewart, that is confusing. And it's really not. It's really not. That's why we're going to take our time and we're going to try it again. Okay? How about that? Let's go with 81. Okay? 81. And we're going to take that to the 3/4 power. 3/4 power. Okay? Now, let's talk about that fraction again. 3/4 equals 1/4 times 3 over 1. Well, I could write that as 1/4 times 3. Then I could bring that back over here and say 81 to the 1/4 power times 3. Well, why not put that in parentheses, 81 to the 1/4 power times 3. And remind you that that's using the properties we already know. So that's going to be the 4th root of 81. And then don't forget, we got to multiply that by 3 still. Well, according to our calculator, clear, if we put in 81 and we ask the calculator what the 4th root of it is, it tells us it's 3. So that means in our parentheses, we have the number 3 and we have to cube it. Well, 3 cubed is 27. 3 cubed is 27. So the answer to our initial problem is simply 27. Okay, 27. Let's do another one. Let's do 64 to the 3 over 2. 64 to the 3/2 power. Okay. Again, we need to talk about that fraction and break it up. So 3/2 can be written as 1/2 times 3 over 1, which is the same thing as 1/2 times 3. Okay. If we come and apply that over here, we get 64 to the 1/2 power times 3. Well, we're going to take the 64 to the 1/2 power and stick it in parentheses. Okay? Well, that means this is the square root of 64 to the 3rd, right? Well, we know that the square root of 64 is 8. And 8 multiplied 3 times is going to be 512. And if you're not sure about that, again, you use your calculator. You go 8, that, and 3. You find out it's 512. Okay? All right, so we're going to do some more examples because it never hurt to practice. It never hurts to practice. Okay? At least I like to tell myself that. Let's do another one. 8 to the 4/3. Okay? Well, if we deal with that fraction, that's going to be 1/3 times 4 over 1, right? Which is 1/3 times 4. Okay? So that's going to be 8 to the 1/3 times 4, which is 8 in parentheses, 1/3 to the 4th. Well, that means we want the cube root of 8 to the 4th. We know the cube root of 8 is 2 to the 4th. So the answer is simply 16. Okay, guys? Let's practice again. Let's go with 25 to the 3/2. Okay? 25 to the 3/2. That's going to be, we have to deal with this, 1/2 times 3 over 1, which is 1/2 times 3. So that's going to be 25 to the 1/2 times 3, which is 25 to the 1/2, 3, which is the square root of 25, 3, which is 5, cubed, which is 125. Okay? That's what that one would be, 125. Well, just a couple more problems and then you're all done. I hope I didn't keep you too long. Let's look at this one. 1 to the 3/5. 1 to the 3/5. That's going to equal If we deal with this, 1 over 5 times 3 over 1. I'm starting to hear y'all out there on that field. Band sound like it's jamming. Okay. So that's going to be 1 over 5 times 3. Well, let's see how that's going to work. So 1 to the 1/5 times 3. Okay, so if I put that in parentheses, 1 to the 1/5 times 3, that means I want the 5th root of 1, right? So I want the 5th root of 1. Well, guys, I don't care how many times you multiply a 1. Your answer will always be a 1. So that means the 5th root of 1 is simply 1. And then I put back my cube. Well, 1 times 1 times 1, guess what it is again? 1. The answer to that one is simply 1. I don't care what number a 1 is. I don't care if it's squared to 5, if it's squared to 100, if it's squared to 1/2, squared to 10 halves. It's always going to be a 1. A 1 will always multiply out to a 1. Let's do one more example. Just one more example. Okay, one more. Let's go 1,000 to the 4/3 power. Okay, and if we deal with that fraction, that's going to be 1/3 times 4 over 1, which is 1/3 times 4. Oh gosh, you guys are jamming. 1/3 times 4. Okay, so that's going to be 1,000 to the 1/3 power times 4. 1,000 to the 1/3 power times 4. Okay, let's put that in parentheses. 1,000 to the 1/3 power times 4. Okay, so that means we need the cube root of 1,000. Well, guys, you know the cube root of 1,000, don't you? What number multiplied 3 times gives us 1,000? I hear you all saying it, 10. And if you weren't sure, you have your trusty little calculator that you're about to go out and buy from Walmart. 1,000, we want the 4th root. Was it the 4th root? Nope, it was the cube root. And hit enter, and yep, it's a 10. So, and then you put a 4 down. So, then we want to know what's 10 to the 4th. Well, 10 to the 4th equals 10,000. So the answer is 10,000. Okay? Well, guys, you know Miss Stewart likes you guys to practice. So, you remember your workbooks? Just in case you forgot, because it's been a while since you've seen it. This workbook right here, you should have it home. You are required to get it, and we've already done assignments in it. So go get your workbook, and don't forget you are required to bring your Algebra Nation book to school every single day. So in your workbook, guys, I would like you to turn to page 34 and complete numbers 1 through 40. Yes, I said it. 1 through 40. Show all work and submit it through Canvas. Okay? Show all work and submit it through Canvas. Love you guys. Bye. Mwah.